accused Ariana of cheating on him with Nathan. Jay has also accused Ariana of cheating on him with Mac Miller.
How did you feel about the Mac Miller video then?
Well, I understood it's for the video, it's acting.
Would you say that Ariana Grande is your dream woman?
Yeah, man.
I literally said, I think I said I'll be here until, you don't want me to be here.
Naya said that she came home one day and Ariana Grande was sitting on her couch with her man, Big Sean.
They both separated from their spouses in January of this year. Really convenient.
Wake up with your girlfriend, yeah, cause I'm bored. You can hit it in the morning, yeah, like it's yours.
Oh, good lord. Rumor has it Ariana Grande might be single again. All right, everyone, secure your husbands and boyfriends because she's back on the prowl to blow up someone else's family. Allegedly. Every few years, she emerges from the studio with a new single, a new aesthetic, and a brand new headline about somebody else's man. It's tradition at this point. The only difference now is that the world finally stopped pretending it's cute. Ariana Grande has finally reached the point where the public isn't outraged or heartbroken anymore. They're just tired. The headlines that used to read like pop culture cliffhangers now land like déjà vu. Another co-star, another overlap rumor, another song meant to set the record straight. It's not that people suddenly dislike her, it's that they can predict her next move before she makes it, and nothing kills a pop narrative faster than predictability. Let's be honest, Ariana's cheating pattern isn't gossip, it's history. Every relationship she's had seems to start before the last one ends. It's not speculation when the timeline never adds up and the faces change faster than the album covers. From the early Nickelodeon days, to the Big Sean years, to Pete, to Dalton, to Ethan, it's the same formula every time. She steps into someone else's relationship like it's a revolving door, calls it fate, and then sells it as a love story. What she calls chemistry looks a lot like chaos in lipstick. At some point, it stops being bad luck and starts being who she is. She's built a career on heartbreak anthems about men she helped break, and then turns around and writes herself as the misunderstood victim. It's not romantic anymore, it's routine. Ethan Slater was never going to fix that. He was a mirror, not a miracle. A quiet Broadway actor who thought joining Ariana's orbit would be a career adventure and found himself learning that attention isn't oxygen, it's smoke. The same man who left a calm stage life for a global spotlight is reportedly wondering if peace was the real luxury he gave up. When someone walks away from stability for chaos, they don't discover passion, they discover maintenance costs. Every relationship Ariana builds starts at full volume. The chemistry, the collaborations, the whirlwind we just click energy, it's the same pattern that burns through every album cycle. When love becomes content, it has to stay dramatic to stay alive. The issue isn't the people she dates, it's the system. She's been trained since her Nickelodeon days that reinvention requires a headline, and headlines are loudest when someone's heart is breaking. The audience once mistook that for empowerment. Now it just looks like exhaustion dressed as branding. It probably won't derail her career because Ariana's too established for that, but the backlash feels different this round. She's been through this cycle for more than a decade. Public chemistry with a collaborator, a flood of gossip, a defiant song, and then a clean reset. What once looked like effortless reinvention now reads as repetition. From the early days of Victorious to her chart-topping pop eras, the pattern has always been the same. Turn real emotion into marketing, controversy into momentum, and somehow come out looking untouchable. For years, it worked, and the audience applauded the confidence. This time, the reaction shifted. People aren't gasping, they're sighing. The narrative of the misunderstood romantic has been replaced by skepticism about image control. Fans see the choreography now, the quick rebounds, the teasing lyrics, the familiar rollout. What used to feel spontaneous feels scripted. It's not scandal anymore, it's fatigue. And that fatigue is the one thing no celebrity brand can outsing. The irony is that the persona built on being irresistible is now colliding with a public that finally feels immune to the charm. She'll survive it, of course, but she may not enjoy how much quieter the applause sounds next time. Ethan is the latest reminder that the same qualities that make Ariana magnetic also make longevity impossible. She's brilliant at packaging emotion, but less comfortable living quietly in it. The problem for him is that he came from a world that rewards rehearsal and control, and he stepped into one that thrives on spontaneity and spectacle. According to reports, he's drowning in the circus of her life. Of course he is. He left a script for improv with a global audience. Fans have started calling this her Glinda fever dream, a reference to the role that began the romance and, symbolically, the illusion that this would be the one that worked. But Glinda stories end when the magic fades. Once the cameras stop rolling, you're left with two people who made impulsive choices under stage lighting and now have to live in fluorescent reality. The psychology here isn't complicated. Ariana projects extreme confidence because it keeps her insecurities from showing. Reinvention is a coping mechanism. Change the hair, change the genre, change the vibe, and you don't have to sit still long enough to feel the come down. Ethan's arc is the inverse. He sought validation by proximity. Being chosen by someone the world worships feels like proof of worth until you realize you're just the latest proof of a pattern. They didn't ruin each other, they revealed each other. Public fatigue stems from repetition. When Ariana releases a song to clear the narrative, the gesture that once felt cathartic now reads as self-promotion. Audiences have moved from empathy to analysis. After years of watching her transform every relationship into aesthetic material, people no longer separate the heartbreak from the rollout. It's not cruelty, it's awareness. The mystique has cracked. And once that mystique cracks, it's hard to glue back together. Viewers remember the moments that felt authentic, the live vocals, the open vulnerability after the Manchester tragedy, and they compare them to this polished, almost clinical control. What made Ariana fascinating was that blend of sweetness and volatility, but when volatility turns into brand strategy, authenticity evaporates. Listeners start asking when the real person disappeared behind the filters, and that question lingers longer than any headline. Ethan, meanwhile, faces a quieter reckoning. No one forced him into the spotlight, he followed it willingly. He traded anonymity for applause and discovered that applause doesn't stop when you need silence. Whatever regret he feels isn't tragedy, it's consequence. You can't leave the calm for the chaos and then complain about the noise. The internet may tease him, but the truth is simple. He signed up for a world built on performance, and performance never sleeps. Both of them are products of an industry that confuses motion with progress. Ariana's constant evolution keeps her relevant but not grounded. Ethan's decision to join her world kept him visible but not centered. Their rumored distance isn't just romantic, it's existential. They're realizing that the spotlight they chased doesn't warm, it burns. Fame rewards speed, not stability, and when the novelty wears off, all that's left is the echo of your own storyline. The public conversation has shifted from "will they last" to "what does this pattern say?" That's a worse headline for any celebrity, because it means the audience has stopped rooting for you and started studying you. The fascination isn't with the love story anymore, it's with the cycle itself. Each breakup confirms the hypothesis. Each new single sounds a little more like PR damage control than passion. If Ariana is truly reevaluating things, the next chapter will have to start off stage. Reinvention can't come from another collaborator or another confession track. It has to come from silence, which happens to be the one sound she's never monetized. If Ethan decides to step back, it won't be heroic or cruel. It'll just be gravity reasserting itself after a long suspension in air. Quiet may not sell records, but it's the only thing that still feels real. There's a reason this rumor resonates so much. People aren't watching two stars break up. They're watching a narrative lose its special effects. Fame gave both of them the illusion that chaos was passion. Now, stripped of choreography and filters, it's just noise and fatigue. The internet moves on, the memes fade, but the lesson remains. Even the most choreographed love story can't compete with the audience's growing craving for authenticity. She'll probably wait until the promo cycle for Wicked is finished before making anything official. That's how this goes. Every relationship in her orbit has an expiration date that matches the project calendar. When the role changes, so does the romance. Ethan fit the Glinda aesthetic. The Broadway darling turned headline prop. Once the final red carpet is rolled up and the cameras stop calling her Glinda, she won't need the man who played the supporting role. The truth is, this relationship was never built to last beyond the premiere schedule. I always saw the natural endpoint somewhere around awards season, maybe stretching to the Academy Awards if she played it right. But by the time Wicked Part 2 lands next month, no one expects him to still be standing next to her. He served the purpose, played the part, and gave the tabloids the narrative they needed. The moment the spotlight moves, she'll move too. Because that's the real pattern. Ariana doesn't break up with people, she phases them out like old singles. When one era ends, so does whoever was lucky or unlucky enough to be written into it. And if history is any indicator, she'll find a new muse by the next rollout. The stage changes, the costumes change, the man changes, but the show always goes on.